and you'll have to bear with me all because I'm a little bit nervous. I've spoken to groups, but they've been small groups. I was in a drunk driving accident. A drunk driver did this to me, but I was the drunk. I did this to myself. Sorry. Besides just being drunk, I had no seatbelt. I had no airbag. I drank and drove a million times, and I was never hurt. I broke one bone in my body, and that just happened to be my neck. I took partying to extremes. I broke the law, and now I'm a quadriplegic. I have no use of my hands, zero function, zero finger control, no grip, and nothing from the chest down. I can't open my hands, I can't pick things up, can't even snap a selfie. Based on my bad choices, I'm forced to live like this. Every day I wake up is a challenge. I wish it was all a bad dream. I need help with showering, getting dressed, even eating my food. I can't do anything on my own. It takes someone else to get me in my chair every day, and I can't even roll over in bed. I have to have someone else do everyday things for me. I can't be left alone for long periods of time because I can't just run out of the house if there's a fire. If I drop my phone, I'm pretty much helpless because I can't get a hold of anybody if I need something, and nobody can get a hold of me. I've had to relearn everything, including talking, feeding myself, texting, typing, even brushing my own teeth. It took me 6 years to be able to do these things. It took me 6 years to be able to put on my own makeup again. And as a girl, we all know that's kind of important sometimes. I've been through and experienced things that nobody should have to go through. Things you could never imagine. After my accident, I woke up with tubes up my nose, down my throat. Little did I know these tubes were keeping me alive. Yeah, you can just take the first page. These tubes were keeping me alive. They were helping me breathe. And I felt like I was being tied down, and I didn't understand why I was unable to move. Only to find out that my life was forever changed. All because I thought a night of driving home after a night of fun would be worth it. But your luck will eventually run out. As they said, you have a 100% chance of being in an accident. And you can only get by with something for so long before it'll catch up with you. Choices that you make will affect your life tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Everything I had was gone, and I can't take it back, and I can't blame anyone but myself. You don't think things like this will happen, and please don't take what you have for granted, because what you have today could all be gone tomorrow. The day of my accident, I never would have imagined what was ahead of me. Never would have thought that would be my last day walking. Never would have thought I had bigger plans for myself, college being one. Luckily, I graduated college while I was in the hospital still. They had a little graduation ceremony for me. But it seemed kind of trivial at the time, given everything I was going through. I love to dance, and that would never be on my own 2 feet again. I'd love to go for drives, but now the only thing I drive is my chair. When I realized I had no use of my hands, I had even more doubts about what my life was going to be like. Most people think when you're paralyzed you can still do pretty much everything on your own. Well, that's not always the case, and there's a lot more to it than any of you can even comprehend. I think about when you learn to write, text, type, or feed yourself. These things all became normal and natural, and you kind of did them all you do them without thinking. Now, imagine having to learn to do all these things without the use of your hands, or being able to hold anything in your hands. These things are not impossible for me. It took me several years and adaptive equipment to get it done. And to this day, I still have to have my food cut up for me. I'm unable to hold the cheeseburger, can't grab a french fry. I can't hold on to my nieces. And it's all based on the decisions that we make. And the decisions we make affect every aspect of our life. Always wear your seatbelt. And please never drive drunk or impaired. You may hurt someone else. You may die. But you may also live your life confined to a wheelchair or have other injuries that you'll be living with forever. You never know what can happen. And just think about what you're doing. Call a friend, call somebody, call a parent. No punishment's worse than this. Walk if you have to, but don't risk losing what you have now. It's really not worth it, I promise you. What you have today could be gone in the blink of an eye, and you may never get it back. Every day we make decisions. That's how we function as people in society. And it only takes one wrong decision to drastically change your life. So make the right one.